everybody, welcome to Flannery's Farming and Genealogy. This is Brian Flannery, and the question you may ask today is where is he going? And good Lord willing, I plan to go to Bain Farms in Blanchester, Ohio is where I'm going. I'm delivering this snoot for a corn elevator is what he said it was, and I think he's right. But it's hot. I've been out picking berries this morning, and it's right at 10 o'clock already. I got out before daylight and was picking right when the daylight was coming on. And so I'm at Walmart in New Boston, Ohio, or as we say, Ahai over home, but we're in Ohio. So we're going to go in here and look for some things to take with us. One thing is an amount for what I just done with this time lapse, actual amount that I can mount my phone, and then we're going to head on up the road. So I'll be coming in and out talking to you a little bit on the trip up there. I got to get the oil changed. Well, folks, we are in Portsmouth, Ohio now. We're at Lightning Lube. We're gonna get our oil changed. This is a very good place to get your oil changed if you're in the local area. We used to have a place in Grayson, and they've kind of quit. So we come to Portsmouth for our tires and for our oil changes. They're moving them through pretty quick. They always do. That's why it's called Lightning Lube. So we'll see you when we get out of here. And I'm gonna stop and get me something to eat. Then we'll hit the road, heading to Bain's Farms. Well, we've stopped. Got us a Sonic burger. Now we're getting ready to head up the big road. And I might be chomping a little bit, but I've still got my fries. This is what you're seeing now is my new mount from Walmart with a view from it. It's a little different. It hangs from the windshield, and they had one there, and I'm gonna probably look online. They had one for a bike, but I didn't know if it'd be heavy enough for a ATV, so I could put you all on the ATV with me as I go meandering around or whatever. But one thing I wanted to talk to you a little bit about on this trip is you all seen the time lapse from leaving our home, coming to Ohio. And years ago, that was a major trip and a rough way to do it. There was a lot of people migrated 23 north into Portsmouth, Chillicothe, Waverly, Dayton, Columbus, Mansfield, etc., etc. Ricky Skaggs always talked about the 3 R's: reading, writing, and Route 23 north is what they taught in the local schools down home. And somewhat that's probably true in some sense. But one thing that I kind of consider where we're going, I've never been there, to Blanchester, Ohio, but I kind of consider that small town, heartland America, USA. And I'm going to try to do the back roads if I can to get there. I've been watching, I suggest you to look up a man named Jacob Boehm, B-O-E-H-M, Bain Farms. It's a YouTube channel. So I suggest you to look that up. I've been watching him, and that's where we're heading. I'm taking him this chute that was given to me. Well, we was hauling scrap for a guy we used to farm on named David Howard. And he was probably he had a large farm, 700-acre farm, and he took and was cleaning out stuff, and we hauled this away in scrap. Either it was from him or from Harold Haight, one of the two. I don't know, but we hauled scrap years ago, and that's where this come from. And I've kept it and kept it and kept it for years. Thought I would have a need for it, or Dad thought he would have a need, and we never did. And me and Mom was cleaning the other day, probably a couple of weeks ago, and I seen that, and I took a picture and sent it to him. And he said it was the snout off of a corn elevator. I said, "You want it?" And he said, "Well, they don't make them anymore." He didn't really say he wanted it, but I don't think he refused it. So we're taking it to him, whether he likes it or not. We'll let you know how that all turns out. But soybeans, it's July 6th, and the soybeans is probably shin high through here in the Souda bottoms. What I can tell, I can't tell a whole lot about it because the brush is growing up anymore through here. But the family, our Flannerys the men would come over in here and cut corn years ago on the different farms, and I don't know how far north they went, but I've got a video, if you'll go back, about Willis Flannery. It's one of the first ones I made, doing the genealogy. And what they would do is they had these corn knives, and they would come up here and they would cut corn and shock it in these big fields that you can see. And they would cut that and shock it for these big farmers, you know, and they got paid by the shock, is what I've been told. And so this is, you know, I just imagine what it was like to even get here. You know, it probably took them a couple of days, a day to get to the High River, or maybe more. I don't know what they would have had, a horse, or they might have caught a train. There was some trains over in the Honeywell area that from Old Town, so I don't know. It might have been quicker. I don't know nothing about that time because I didn't live in that time. But I just wanted to kind of give you an update what we're going to do. We'll be heading up 73 to 32, and then we'll be taking 32 and then turning north on 68, and it should take us pretty close. So I'll probably put you back on time lapse here so I can eat and not hear y'all don't hear me chomping. Well, I hope you enjoyed the Dollar General ad that we followed all the way up the road. We're outside of Raritan on the west side of it. And I just wanted to kind of tell you that we've kind of just transitioned into more of it's a flatter place. That Souda Brush Creek, or whatever it was called, goes all the way up through here. There at Raritan, if you noticed, you go back and look, basically that's where two waters come together. Basically down home we would call it the forks of a holler, or where two hollers come together, which always makes a kind of a interesting place. It's been naturally known that all civilizations settled near water. Here again is Souda Brush Creek. We're just crossing it now. It's a small creek, but there's a lot of flat land. We should be coming up somewhere here close to where we turn on the Route 32. I'm using my phone for my camera, so the GPS, I'll have to look if I get discombobulated, but we're not too far off the track. We're headed somewhat west. We're like I say, we're getting into kind of leaving the hills of Kentucky and headed, well, we're in Ohio, but the hilly Appalachian type place, we're kind of starting to level out. The hills are getting smaller. They're not flat. It ain't flat by no means, but there's a certain point here we'll come in, and you just notice as you follow along. I don't know how much I'll edit out of this, you know, because it's a long. I don't want to make a 4-hour video and just be traveling. But I will say this: I'll give this Dollar General driver credit. He has done a good job. Most semi drivers on these little 2 lanes don't do very good, so he must be probably a local driver or knows his way around. So you would think the Dollar General would go into a straight truck mentality, but they can't get much on the. Okay, here we go. Here's where we're turning. I figured we was close to 32. I'll have to stop and kind of see which way to go. I think I'll be turning left, but I don't know that for sure. I'll be back with you in just a second. Alright, I'm back. I wanted to double check my direction. We're going to be turning right on 32, or left, I mean, on 32. See, yeah, we're turning west on 32. And we're going to go all the way till we hit Route 68. Then we'll be turning right on Route 68. That 73 road that we was on, I had been on it before, and I've been on this road, but I just can't keep track of where I'm at. But my nephew worked in Middletown, Ohio for AK Steel for a few months, about almost 2 years. And so we come out here. I was out here a couple times with him, and well, I think I come out here about the time he rented the house and the time he was moving. I think about the 1 or 2 times I was out here. So again, if you look, we're kind of starting to flatten out. We're still in somewhat hills, but you know, it's not bad. It's flat country. So I'll put you back on time lapse, and I'll probably stop when we get to 68. It said we had 1 hour, 55 minutes basically, so I'd say it'll take me about an hour. So I'll put you on time lapse. Well, we made it to Winchester, Ohio. I knew it was coming. You could see it on the radar, or not the radar, the camera. And I can see it. You all can see it too. So it's flat pouring. I'm going to probably get off here and I'm going to go in there and use the bathroom and let this subside. I don't mind. Rain don't bother me. It's just that wind is jerky. So it's kind of a gusty wind. So I'm going to check the radar and see what's going on. I'll be back in a little bit. Well, we've stopped and got us a little, well, we used the bathroom, had a little pit stop. And I think I'm going to kind of head on that way. Pull over the road. It's not a fast road. The wind's what bothers me. I don't like the wind and jerking me all over the place. You can see it's lightening up back in the west. I'll just take my time, and I can even see blue skies kind of in the north. Yeah, in the north there's some big thunderheads, but it's blue skies. So we'll take our time and back easing on towards Bain Farm. I don't know if I'll put you on time lapse or not. You might want it, you might not. I don't know, but we'll see. All right. Well, I had a phone call there from my loving wife. Her and her sister-in-law my sister-in-law. Her sister is out running around today. She called. But something I just wanted to share with you is kind of what the Lord showed me in this while I was traveling. I don't do well traveling by myself. Stacy usually is with me, but I done real good. It's flat here, but I seen them storm clouds coming, and I got worried. I said, man, what? Of course, it's flat here, and the wind really blows harder than down home we have hills that kind of block these winds, and just the weather's different. And it seemed like a 20-mile-an-hour wind don't jerk you around as bad as it does up here. But the thing I'm thankful about is that even when we see the storm coming, we can always have a place to go with God. And that's the way it is in real life. I looked for a place, some shelter, if I needed to get in, if it was going to be real bad, because I didn't really know what the radar was going to entail. And it could have been, if you look back at the clouds, they kind of look a little eerie. To me, they did anyway. I'm just a scaredy cat, but anyway, like I say, I just wanted to share that if we have storms in our life, that we can always go to God, and He's a shelter. We have brothers and sisters in the Lord that we can talk to about things, and they can help us. We always have that ability. I'm thankful for that. And, well, looks like we got more construction, so I'll be quiet here. Probably won't get back on until we get to 68. Alright, we're getting ready to get on the 68, Route 68, and head north towards Mount Morton. St. Martin is where we're going to be close to. So I'll kind of let you know what this looks like. I've been on 68, but I've not been this far north. There's some Flannerys that I'm related to that lives near Georgetown, between Ripley and Georgetown, I believe. If you're familiar with the Flannery genealogy videos, they go back to William Houston, the young William Houston, which was my great-great-grandpa's brother. Oh, this is a nice little town. Little community. I mean, it's got some things in it. Skyline Chili, AutoZone, Vance, First Stop, gas station, Lee's Chicken, etc., etc. So we'll be heading north here. I'll put you back on time lapse. Get off there and look at my GPS. 5 miles, we'll be turning left on the 123. I'm looking at these crops. Like I said, it's July 6th. The crops look pretty good. course, time has went by since I went to Indianapolis. It's almost been a month. And my son lives in Whitestown, Indiana, and I wasn't really impressed. Of course, it's been dry, and we're just now starting to get some rain. And but I've been really impressed with the crops in this area. I thought it was interesting that right back there where I stopped was Appalachian Junction. I think it was a little place right on 68. And I thought, well, I guess this probably is the junction of it, where the Midwest starts, pretty much. And a lot of people left these old hills and hollers down home and come up in here to make a better life for themselves. You imagine them plowing on a little hillside that was wore out, and they come up in here, and of course, I don't know how much better they done with their ground. I mean, I'd say it was pretty wore out too, but at least they didn't have to take it. Just, stand on one side of the hill and different things. 313 here, that's pretty cheap. These little old small town Americas are kind of an amazing thing that they're still even together with the world of Amazon, Walmart, big box stores, that they're still able to have little towns. I guess it's up in here, it's townships they have. I never really know the concept of all that, what the difference between a town and a township is, but yeah, these little places, little local places, I guess it's not too much different from down home. And after the weather is back up to 82 degrees, and roads are dry, and it's very nice. That lady, when I stopped in Winchester, Ohio, she said for me to be careful on this road. It was curvy, and it's nothing like down home, but what's bad is you don't anticipate it if you don't know the road. Like this curve here and long. And of course they don't have curve signs every little bit. These farms are still holding on. Of course, corn is fairly high right now, and soybeans. There's some big case equipment there to the left. I think it's amazing that I can farm with a 50 horse Kubota and a 3000, and they need at least 200 horsepower, but this Bain farm doesn't use that. They use older equipment. They use bigger, older equipment. He's got a TW25 Ford tractor and some Internationals and some different things. He's got little tractors too, but I think it's amazing that what it takes. I don't know how big his farm is exactly. That's where we're headed now. There's nothing to block it. Turning left on 123. And I can tell that it's hot again because I can feel it coming through the windshield. And I believe it'll be the first road that turns to the left here. That's where we're going to be going. Well, he's got a few hills. He's got a... I don't know where he farms in the Blanchester area, or I don't understand a lot of. I've only watched. He's been on YouTube for a few years. I've only watched a few of his videos. I mean, I've probably watched 50 of them, but I don't know how many he's got. He probably puts out one a week for 6 years, so that would be 300 and some videos. But he's got an eggs for sale sign in his yard. Let's see. Well, I know how the people from Ohio feel when they get down in here in Kentucky. They don't, or down in Kentucky, not here. We're in Ohio, but I know how they feel because they don't have a sense of direction somewhat. And Kentucky people they like to make fun of them. I know where they're coming from now. Know exactly where they're coming from. So we don't like far. Shefsky Road. I can't pronounce it. That might be it here. They might be eating dinner, I don't know. Well, we're back headed south on 68. I spent about an hour with Jacob Boehm at Bain Farms. Had a good visit with him. It's been kind of stormy all day, so I didn't want to linger too long, and a big thunder boomer catch me a long way from the house. This old car I have has got over 200,000 miles on it, so I don't like, I like giving myself plenty of time. But we're coming towards Ripley and Aberdeen, and I just wanted to, I didn't do any filming there at Jacob's, at the Bain Farm. I do have a selfie that proves I was there, but I just wanted to, I didn't feel right just going in there trying to hog. I am going to tag him in it. I do want people to know, but I really appreciate Jacob that let me come there and take an hour out of his day and talk to him. He's a very smart young man. He's not that much younger than me, but he's a good, sensible young man, and I'm glad to meet him personally. And hope I don't make this my only trip up here. Hopefully I'll get to come back another time. But I really enjoyed his place, and you can tell they work hard, and they was in the house. I caught them around dinner time, I guess. I figured that's what I was doing. But so I'll probably put you on time lapse and just let you ride with me, let you hear a little bit of music. I will try to be consistent with these videos. I kind of picked Jacob's brain a little bit about this, and he told me some different things. So I'm going to try to be consistent on making videos and getting them out there to you. I don't know what they'll be of. It might just be listening to me talk going down the road, or it might be in the woods. I don't know, but I like my rear view mirror phone holder. As you can tell, we're kind of getting back down in the hills. We should be, I don't know, we're probably 10, 12 miles from the river, Aberdeen, 15 miles from the high river. I kid Jacob about getting back on the good side of the river. And I like coming and visiting places like this and looking around, but there's no place like home. And I know he feels the same way. He wouldn't like it. He wouldn't like it in the hills and the hollers, probably. He might like to come and visit, but I'd like for you to subscribe to this video, give a thumbs up. It helps the algorithm do better for getting my videos out there more. Subscribe, hit the thumbs up, share this with your friends. I know there's social media platforms, or just, send out a list one day for me. I would really appreciate that. Just a bunch of your friends you think might like my videos, send them, say, hey, check this guy out. And I would like to have some subscribers, and takes 1,000 subscribers to be monetized. But like I told Justin Metcalf from Metcalf Mills, it'll be what God wants it to be. If He wants me to do good in it, it will. And if He don't, I pray that He don't let me, because I don't want it to hinder me anyway. We have enough stuff hindering us in our life. But yeah, it's the blue skies is coming through the big white fluffy clouds. It's rained here, and we just want to say thank you for watching and subscribing. Again, hit that notification bell. That way you'll know when I upload new videos. And we thank you all for watching. I'm gonna put you on time lapse, and y'all have a blessed rest of your day. looks like we're catching back up to the rain. We're in Maysville, Kentucky right now. It's 3:51 p.m. July 6, 2023. And I'm on roads. I know where I'm at now. I'm thankful that I'm on roads that I know something about. There's no place like home, as Dorothy said in The Wizard of Oz. I'm not Dorothy. I don't believe in wizards, but I like being close to home. I don't mind traveling. I met my traveling partner today, Miss Stacy's her sister. I think I already said that. Also, if you stayed this long in the video, well, I really appreciate it because you're a diehard fan, and I just want to kind of show you where we was at. Maysville's a pretty good town. We used to take and come here when I was a child from our home and sold tobacco here. We sold burley tobacco here when I was real young, and then we quit going to Maysville probably in about 80, I'm guessing 87, 88, somewhere along the lines of that, probably 86, 87. And we sold with Bob Crane for years, and he didn't like the tobacco. We had some ugly tobacco, and he wouldn't help us on it, so Dad rejected it like 3 times. Anyway, we went to Moorhead, started going to Moorhead tobacco market there in Eastern Kentucky, tobacco warehouse. Started selling with them. But yeah, I got my first pocket knife in Maysville when I was about 3 or 4 years old. I remembered Bob Crane handed me a little knife. I still have it at the house in my knife box. It was funny. That just shows you how times have changed. They handed out pocket knives to little 4-year-old kids. Now people are worried about everything under the sun, but we won't get into all the gun control stuff. Yeah, Maysville's a pretty big city. I think it was one time one of the biggest burley tobacco markets in the nation, maybe the world, but I think in the nation at least. When tobacco was being grown, and when it was at its peak here in the 1990s, burley tobacco, this was Kentucky, I believe, was the third state in production. North Carolina was 1, I think Virginia was 2, and we was 3. The story goes that a lot of people came to the bluegrass area of Kentucky first to grow tobacco. Of course, wore their ground out pretty quick, and then they was selling tobacco here at Maysville, and some people from Owen County came there to see the tobacco. They seen Greenup County tobacco sale. They looked out, the buyers really liked it because it was a dark, rich color. And so a lot of families left Owen County, the Smiths, the Claxons, the Brammells, and they moved from Owen County, Kentucky east to Greenup County and Carter County, Kentucky, because they recognized the quality of the tobacco. And I don't know exactly the difference in soils. I've always been told by the Brammells and Claxons that Owen County is a pretty rocky terrain. So yeah, we have rock, but nothing that bad. But I just thought I'd tell you that. I'm driving up the road, so I'm thankful you all watched this, and I'll put you on time lapse, and I might come back on again. So enjoy the ride. wanted to jump back on here and apologize for the sporadic type videoing today, but I should have videoed there with Jacob, but I didn't. I should have asked him, but I did not. But maybe I'll make another trip. And I hope you enjoyed. This is my first time doing time-lapse driving. Leave me a comment and let me know what you like, what your dislikes are on that. And I plan on doing more of it. I like it because I've been editing this video, and I like the looks of it. So let me know in the comments what you think. Give us a thumbs up. Subscribe if you're not already subscribed. I would really appreciate it. And again, I hope to maybe go back and see old Jacob sometime. Really enjoyed the visit. So again, thank you all for watching. Hope you all have a blessed evening, and bye.